All right, so I'm gonna go ahead here and use our time card to clock in. So this is for your employees to um, log their hours. Okay, so I'm gonna click here on the lower right corner of the screen, and next is asking for my access code. So you can either use a card to clock in, or you can type a password on the screen to clock in this way.
Okay.
Okay, now we're logged in. We're clocking in. Next thing we're gonna do is activate or start our cash drawer for the beginning of the day. So the function here is called cashier in. So this is something that needs to be done every single morning when you open the business, or every change of every shift
Okay.
during the day. We have one terminal here selected, cash drawer number one. So here I'm going to itemize all the bills that I have, or that I'm the bills that I'm gonna start with today. This way. Okay. All right. You can keep itemizing, or you can put the total at the bottom of the screen too.
Hmm.
And so at this point, the drawer will open automatically, just to confirm the cash you have in the drawer, or for somebody to put it in there. So I understand you have a full service restaurant, dining, takeout, online order, and delivery, correct? So we also have direct online ordering, so I have that option there. So I'll show you that if you're interested in our online ordering. All right, so let's get into quick serve. So every time you see I get it's system asking me for my access code. That's because whoever is placing the order, their order should be under their name. Now, this is an optional screen. Now I'm being asked if the order is the eat in or takeout. We don't have to have this screen, but it's up to you. So, for example, I select eat in as the person. Uh, Now our option is eat in. In this case, I'm sure you have waiters, right, at the restaurant to serve the
Yes.
food. Oh, okay. So then in that case, you don't need eat in. In your case, it's going to be just dine in and take out only.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do just a takeout order right now with your menu. We have a Chinese menu here. So this is just an example of the menu. The menu could be in Chinese, in or just all English, whatever you want. Let's select one of the items here on the right hand side. I have the menu items, and on the left I have the categories. So let's select the spicy tofu dish. When I select it, I'm being asked how spicy I want it. This is just optional. I mean, I'm just showing you how we can configure the system this way. So I'm gonna select, for example, mild option, and then this is just optional items for my dish. Because if you want to ask the customer, you want to add extra mushroom or whatever on the dish, the person accepting the order can say that option, and that option has an upcharge for this dish. Now let's select something else from the menu, a soup and also a drink. Okay. Now here at the bottom of the screen we have cash or credit card to accept. Let's select cash in this case and accepted $30 in cash. So the system tells us change. The cash drawer opens automatically at this point, and here we have an option to print a receipt for the customer, or just press OK to continue. Okay, this is an optional screen too if you do loyalty in your restaurant. If you want to have customers earn points for their purchases, this is a screen that pops up to look up for that customer account so they can earn points on their purchase. Okay, so now this is back to the menu again. We have other options on the bottom of the screen. For example, we can do a discount, or we can place an order on hold. Placing orders on hold means that whatever you have selected on the screen will save. So if you press the hold order option, you take it out of hold, and you're back to your order again. Okay. So now you can keep adding more things to the order or remove any items that you don't need. There are other options here on the bottom of the screen. One of them is kitchen memo. So for kitchen memo, these are special instructions to the kitchen. So in this case, you have an item that doesn't have that special instruction um, attached to it. So something like let's say the ginger and spice tofu item. There's a special instruction here that you don't have it as part of these options here. You can make a kitchen memo for it and manually just type it in. So the employee will type it in, say something like um, uh, boiled instead of fried or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
So this is notes that print only in the kitchen. So also I'm sure you're gonna have kitchen printers too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because we also have an option to have kitchen screens instead of printers. By the way, we
Okay.
have and so with the screens the orders show on the screen instead. They don't print on a receipt on a paper receipt printer. Okay.
Mhm.
So now this is a takeout order. Let's do a dining order now, okay? So from the main screen, we select dine in, enter access code, and these are just a sample of the tables. So let's say table number 2, select that table, and go to select our item here, spicy level again, with an add-on. And also, right here, you see on the left part, bottom, I'm sorry, right hand side bottom, you see that chair with the table. That function is to assign a dish to a seat on a table. This is optional, but you can go as, descriptive in the order like this. So say seat number 2 is going to get this dish. So what happens is now over here on the order you see under the item it says seat number 2. So this helps the waiter to put that dish in that seat instead of asking the customer. That will print on the kitchen ticket and the customer order too. All right. So let's select 2 sodas and put a kitchen memo also. Let's say for this seafood pot, we're gonna do a kitchen memo and say something like no salt or something like that, for example. So we want this kitchen memo to print right under the seafood pot, right? So I'm gonna select that item and then type it under there, so it prints right under there. Okay. Now this is a dining order, so they're not paying yet. We're gonna just click the or select the order button. So as soon as I click order, it's gonna print in my kitchen printer, or it's going to show this order on this kitchen screen. So when I click that, yeah, it goes back to the main screen, but we can have a function where instead when you click order, it's gonna stay on this screen, so it's always on this screen on dining all the time. Now, next, the customer is done eating. Now you gotta bring the check to them. Next, you gotta print the check for the person. So we have this function here for the printer right here at the top. You click that and then select the table. So the system prints their check. So they take it to the table. Now the customer is ready to pay, so you can charge the customer, select the table, and here you can accept the cash or credit card with your credit card. All right, so let's see, for example, credit card. So for credit card, the system will pop up a window where you slide the card or insert the card, okay, to process the payment that way. Okay, so let's go back in dining again. So now the table is clear and now the system is not there anymore, so you can see another customer. There are other functions for dining, as you can see, reservations by phone or opening the drawer for change or processing a refund too. On the main screen, we have other functions as well. Store gift cards. So we have a function for that. If somebody wants to purchase a gift card from your restaurant, you can issue a card like this, going in there. So these are your own store gift cards, which are custom printed gift cards that have your logo on the cards, so customers can buy any amount they want and give it to somebody else. Okay. We have other functions too here on the screen, and this one is called pay in and pay out. The pay in function is a function that allows you to deposit more change into the drawer. So in case somebody runs low in change, let's say in quarters or pennies, either a manager, somebody with higher level, or if you want to allow the regular cashiers or waiters to deposit the money in the drawer, they can. So they can do a cash deposit, say for $1.25 in pennies. And pretty much um, the same concept is for the payout function. It allows you to just take money out of the cash drawer. So if for some reason you're sending somebody maybe to the supermarket to buy, I don't know, extra onions or whatever it is, vegetables, they can get money out of the drawer, and the system would know that amount was taken out of the drawer, so the drawer would be balanced. We have like the online ordering function. So this is direct online ordering, like I said. So that what does that mean? That means the orders come direct to the POS system. Okay, so your online website talks directly to our system. So as soon as somebody pays online, you get the order here. So customers will be paying with credit card, obviously, their
Mm-hmm.
order first. Okay, so let's look at that. So I'm gonna show you an example of one of our customers with their online ordering. Okay, so this is just an example. In your case, we will have your pictures here. All your full items will show. Okay, these are categories of our items. So let's select this one of the chicken items here. And when we select that item, this chicken item, the system will show us also a picture. The customer gets a confirmation receipt with the order in email
Uh,
format, and you also, as the owner, get a confirmation of that
uh,
order that came in. So, so any items that you have, let's say with any sauce option that they must select, we can have these options here, so they can select it on the screen. Also, the customer is able to type any special instructions for their dish. Okay, say something like extra crispy. And next, we're gonna do add and continue. So I'm gonna actually order something else too. And let's do two of those, three of those. And now we're ready to pay. So we do order and pay. And they enter the information, cell phone number for contact, and the time they want their order to be done or delivered, or if it's for pickup too. You have an option to have for pickup if the customer wants to do pickup. Okay. The customer, as a customer, obviously will pay with a credit card. Okay. So this pay at location option, if you don't want it there, we don't have to have it because
mm-hmm.
they will need to pay with a credit card first. So if the customer will see then another screen with an option to pay with a credit card. But let me just do it as pay at location because I don't have a credit card to process. This other screen here, we have another area where we can do another special instruction. This is now related to the order itself, not to the item that we ordered. So something like, extras, forks or something like that. Now we're gonna place the order, and the order now is submitted. Now, as a customer, we open an online ordered account, so we get an email confirmation that we can present at the restaurant. So the customer then can go either pick it up or you probably have delivery right with your own drivers. So we have both options here. So you can have third party driver option or you can have your own driver option. In this case, it's online order delivery. So you get the order. You see at the bottom, at the top of the screen, pending online, one order. So that's the order I just placed. It comes to the system very quick. So it's within 1 minute you get the order in the POS system. So somebody sees the order. The system also has a speaker that can alert anyone around the system so they can hear it. Okay,
Mhm.
so they go in here, and then basically what you do is um, you see what they order. It shows you here the item. Now to print it because now we have to print it. We click on confirm. So as soon as you click on confirm, the order can print on the kitchen printer, or it can show on a another screen in the kitchen for them to see it. So we send it. So now at this point, it's now being printed on our kitchen printer or showing in the screen. So now it's no longer in our online order screen anymore. Now it either they take it, it's delivery, or if it was selected to do pickup, then the customer goes and then pickups. Then they can pick up the order. Okay. We also have another delivery functions here. This is for in-house delivery, which is your case. You can use these functions for those type of deliveries. Now this become phone deliveries, right? This is
Mhm.
not online, so you can have both options. So they can place their order online by delivery, or they can call your restaurant, and at this point, you make the order for the customer. So you will have to get in here under delivery if they say it's delivery, um, and enter the details for the order. So on this screen over here, when they call, if you have a delivery line, the system actually shows the phone number that called right here at the top of the screen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's if you have caller ID too. We have that option available to a caller ID box that connects to the system, which allows when anyone calls your delivery line and they're not, no one is using the system will pop up this window. So you don't even have to log in there. It will be automatically here for you with the phone number at the top of the screen. Now, first time customers, obviously you need to enter their information, address, name. Second time customers, you do not. Okay, so it's I just already have something on my system here with my address. There's no name, so I'm gonna add a name. Okay, and now let's click on order to order. All right, so let's go to the menu again and get some items. Okay, so because the customer is on the phone with you, you gotta click order. It's delivery. And at this point, you can accept the payment by phone by credit card if you accept it. In that case, what happens is you enter the credit card numbers on the screen this way yourself using the keypad here. Okay, so you can do it like that, or well, if the customer says it's gonna be cash, then you have to wait then for the driver to come back with the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the order just saves. It's just gonna save in the system. So when I just went into delivery list, so my saved order is here. So because it's cash, driver comes, they now give the cash to a waitress, whoever's gonna put the money in. They find the order, which is this one, and now we say the order is cash, so we put the money in there, $55, for example. So once they place the order and they pay for it fully, we also have to confirm it that it was actually delivered. Then we just say complete payment. So now the order it's out of the system. It's not there anymore. So it's a couple steps involved when you do your own in-house delivery by phone. It's obviously better if they do it by online because you don't have to do any of this. We also have a catering option if you do large orders or events, cater an event. We have this function available. Okay, so just if you probably don't have it now, but we have it if you need it. That means that you can accept a deposit in advance for a large order. It allows the system allows you to just accept the deposit for the order. It saves the order too for you. So once it's finished or you cater the event, you can say that it was finished and it's done, so it's out of the system too. Other options here we have this one. It's called tender. It is basically means that open orders that remain in the system. An open order means somebody attempted to accept payment for an order. They just selected items on the screen. For some reason, they did not accept the payment. They stopped and they just closed out of Windows and then just that's all they did. So that becomes an open order on the system. So any open orders will go here that are waiting or remaining to be paid, or maybe it needs to be cleared out. It might have been a mistake, and somebody with manager level can go into this area here because they cannot um, remove those orders that were pending. So let's just cancel it out of the screen. And we have a cash drawer option, which means this is just opens the drawer for change. Now the tip adjustments function is for transactions that need to be adjusted with a tip. So if somebody writes a tip on your receipt, you come over here and the employee or somebody will need to say that they left a tip on this order. So let's say a $5 tip. You find the order, select it, then they just type whatever amount they left as tip. So the customer, if it's credit card, credit card tip, the customer will be charged. Now you see an additional $5 to the credit card now at this point. And now the other one we have here is called cashier out. The cashier out function is to close um, our business day, or if you have different shifts working morning, afternoon, evening, every person that leaves before the next one comes, they should be doing their own cashier out because they this way they account for whatever cash they made. So here we itemize again all the bills we have in the drawer. Okay, we can just put whatever amount, or you can type it at the bottom of the screen too. Now we click finish. Now this screen is reminding us It's saying there are unadjusted tip transactions. That's because there are more transactions that we did not adjust a tip for. So this is kind of a reminder to go back and check if anything else needs to be adjusted with a tip before you actually close out for the day. Okay. So now let's click out of there and cash for out for the day. Now this is a preview of the report that shows that's gonna print on receipt printer all the cash sales we made for the day, all whatever was credit card accepted, and more a lot of detailed information that started the amount we started with today, $200. And at the bottom of the screen we have a result window. So based on my input, whatever I have in cash versus the sales I made, the system would tell me if I'm short or over. So I'm just gonna close the screen and just close the day. Also, I did not show you how a receipt looks printed for a customer, just to show you an example. This is just an example of a transaction. That's the receipt printed. Okay. As you can see at the bottom of the receipt, there is information about your restaurant. You can have maybe new specials or any information you want to give to you want to say to a customer. You can have it printed there at the bottom. Um, Also, this is the when I initially did my cashier in, the amount I started with my drawer. This is what that report looks like. It prints on the receipt printer, okay, with all the denominations too. Now these other two tabs on the main screen, announcement and operation announcements tab, these are messages that you can create from the back office and in the system. So this is, for example, we have general announcement, important message, ask all customers to sign up for loyalty. This is just messages for your employees or reminders. But the employees will need to come to this tab and see any new messages that you have for them. Now this operations tab over here, this is just a shortcut of some sales reports that you can view. So this is manager accessible only, obviously. So another function we have is training mode too. Training mode means that you put the system on training mode, and any sales you make, um, they will not register on the system. So this is only obviously manager accessible only to put it on training mode. Sales reports, we have some sales reports. So this is not your actual back office. This is just a shortcut of the back office. So if you don't want to log into your back office online, which is that's available via browser, you can just come to the system and say you want to just quickly just check the sales right now. You can check the sales right now. This is all the sales we have for now for today. Okay, so you can quickly view them like that. Now the back office, it's like I said, available online. So I'm gonna show you how that looks like. So you log in from your computer online, and you wanna manage your restaurant. So as soon as you log in, you got a user ID and password that we give you. This is what you see. A total of sales for the day. Click on the fifth option here for sales reports. And let's click on option number 1 for the daily sales report. We are on today's days, but the day just started, so let's just do the yesterday. These are sales for yesterday. So we have a summary of the total number of guests that we served yesterday, 84 guests. Any discounts given yesterday. The tax collected, total amount we made yesterday, $1,164. Whatever was accepted cash and credit card. So this is just a summary. You can obviously look for an entire month of sales or any day here that you get on this calendar. Now clicking back on sales reports again, we have many different reports. So that's just one of them. That's a summary of sales. We have more detailed sales reports. Um, Maybe sales by receipt gives you more of a summary or breakdown of that transaction. And the system always shows you whatever day you are on. So for today, that's what the system will show. Yeah, we have one sale so far. So we have more information about that specific transaction, the date and the time. And also you see all the reports here have an option to click on Excel. So you can get this report on Excel if you need it. Um, so all these tabs you see here at the top of the screen, these are different types of reports. So if I click on sales analysis, there's a lot more reports to look for. One of them, the most used report will probably be the one that's called sales volume by item type, which means people would just want to see the total sales by category. So let's click on that report. So let's do yesterday. It gives us a breakdown of each category and each total of each category sold. So, for example, a meal tea flavor meal category, the total amount, $32 yesterday. American Chinese food, 582, and so on. So again, discount reports, void or refund reports, tax reports. This is employee reports, which includes employee tip report or sales reports by employee or any cancel order reports. We have another section for sales report on the left-hand side, option number 4. This is reports that show with a chart. So all these reports show just in chart format, not in a list format. So let's click on the third option, total sales summary by item. So this is a chart. So because we have so many categories, it gives us a picture, a visual report um, of our best category. Food category is the rice chow mein noodles, as you can see, 54 orders yesterday. And if we go down here, if we click on that category, on the right hand side, it says every single item ordered for that snacks category, the quantity, and the total dollar amount. Okay, so all those reports under this is called operations area operations report. They all show with chart format. Now, we also have other tools. The first tool on the left, first option, this is where our basic settings or store management, where you can go to your employee management and manage your employees. So add new employees, or maybe remove access from one of the employees, or maybe you want to change the access password to one of them. Also here under employee um, info, we can determine the payroll. Um, so if you want the system to do payroll for you, you will need to set up a pay rate here per hour. So based on their clocked in hours and their pay rate, you get there's a report here for payroll. The system tells you how much the person needs to be paid for. Um, Now let's go back over here under basic settings again. So we have menu management. So here is where we can manage or see our menu. So here's where you can add new items or change any prices on your menu. Um, on menu setup, we see a layout of our menu. So this is how the system looks like. So you can arrange the way it looks. You can change colors, or simply if you want to change a price, just click on that item. And then this window pops up with that item information. So here is where you can adjust the price for that item, or if we expand more details here, if you want to say, oh, this item doesn't apply for discount anymore, you can turn that off. Or if the item doesn't apply for loyalty or points, you can turn that off as well. So also over here, the system says this item is printing on our walk receipt printer or on a screen. That's where we do the assignment. Also, you can add pictures to the menu, by the way. If you don't want colors, you can add pictures. So you have those pictures in your computer, and then you just look for that location and save the picture on the item. So these are all the categories here we have for the menu layout that we have on the screen. You can obviously delete any items too, anything that you don't want to sell. It's simple. You just do a right click to delete it. Um, Now going back to basic settings at the top of the screen. We have other basic options here. You can do a price control. A pricing control means if you maybe have a special between 11 to 3, for example, you want the price to change to a discounted price. It can be set up that way. So after 3 p.m., that let's say uh, chicken noodles, for example, after 3 p.m., then the price goes back to the regular price. So we have that ability too. Um, Under other settings, we have discounts, so you can create any discounts on the system. Also, we have a coupon function, which the third option on the left-hand side, that's what I'm clicking right now. The coupon function allows you to send a coupon to customers. So if you do loyalty, rewards, and points, um, when you sign someone up from the POS system, because that's done from the point of sale system from the front end, you can also get their email address. When you get their email address, you can then from the back office from here um, send customers coupons by email from this window. So looks like we have some accounts created here. Let's select one of these customers, for example. Let's do this customer. So here, basically, this window pops up. This is where you customize the coupon. So on the right-hand side, we have an expiration date. If you want to give that coupon an expiration date, let's say for the end of the month, and limit one per customer. And now the type, apply type, you either can say it applies to entire bill, or it's just one specific item, or for an entire category on your menu. So most of the time, it's going to be item. You want to you go do a coupon on a certain item, right? So let's say on pot stickers here, select that item. Now here it's asking for a title. This is how the customer sees the coupon. So you can say something like um, birthday coupon, and then type a message for the customer here. This is what they see in their email. Now we get to select 3 templates. This is how the customer gets the coupon. It prints a barcode. So what does it mean? Because it has a barcode. Well, at that point you will need a scanner to scan the coupon, right? Also, we can have the coupons to print your logo. Um, right here, for example, template number 2, that template prints can print a logo and right under it the barcode. So once you're ready, then you simply just send the email, and it sends the coupon immediately. Going back to this option again, these are this is all related to loyalty and coupons here. This area. Now the second option on the left hand side, it's managerial functions. So this is where you manage um, employee time card or to see their hours worked, for example. So let's get into the time card or the payroll. So this is for today. Let's see the customers that have logged in today. I mean the employees. So we have some employees that clocked in today. Nobody has clocked out. So let's just look for yesterday. That's better. Okay, so that's yesterday. So we see it tells us the entire hours the employees worked. If you need to fix somebody's time, you can. You have that edit option there, the time or the date. Okay. Now the last three options here on the left-hand side of the screen. One with the settings. Um, it has that like wheel. This is just settings for us to customize the software. Now this other one right under it, under settings, is inventory tools. So if you ever want to do any inventory on your items, the system has a full capability of doing that, tracking inventory. If you have online service, the last option here on the left hand side, so this is where you can customize your online service, meaning you can change hours for online service. So the if you want your online service hours to be later than the actual restaurant, you can do it. So you can come on this area and just adjust it. Or maybe if you're closed on a holiday, you will need to just uncheck that date because that day you will be closed. Nobody could place orders. And also, if you needed to change any pictures for online ordering, you can do it from here as well because your online website will have all pictures, obviously, right? So you can at any time change the pictures if needed. So when they place an order online, you get an online order report. So you have this section here to view any online orders placed. If you need to void something on the system, on the POS, if the order has already been paid and it needs to be voided, yeah, you can. That function is by default just manager accessible only.
What about if
Now,
you want to avoid like an item from a
while they're doing the order,
yeah.
while they're doing the order, yes, we can have manager accessible only. That means that somebody with manager access has to put in their password.
Okay, and then also I saw at the bottom there you could split a bill according to the itemized bill, but can you split the
Yeah.
item like evenly, like so when you're doing a payment, just like split it evenly for 3 or 4 people or so?
Oh, yeah. There's an option here to do an even split. An even split, it's always just two people.
Mhm.
But if you want to do more, three or four, then you will have to actually split
Right.
the check because the thing is that the proper items need to be in that check, right? The system will not know, okay, noodles go in check number one and beef, broccoli, chicken goes in number two, right? So that's why you have to, well, the even split option is just for the amount. It's not gonna split the check.
Right. But you
The
have, and
amount.
then I mean, you didn't go into it, but I saw the button. I assume that's for like if you want to put like one noodle and one rice on one check, and then a beef, and then
Yeah.
like that. That's for that button, right?
Yeah, that's right. So let me show you both. So let's do the even split. Even split. Let's place the order. This is dine in. Come back in. with that tender, right? Okay, so to get that even split option, we go under tender and we click what it says right here, even split. That just splits the amount.
Okay, yeah.
But if you want to say 3 or 4 without splitting the items, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say 4. It can do it too, yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
so you don't have to split the items, but
Yeah, that's perfect.
yeah, so you have both options if you want to be more specific, and if everybody is paying individually, and they obviously have to know what they order to with
Yeah.
their amounts. So yeah, we have it. So
Okay, sounds good.
printed. Any other questions?
No.